We are going to talk about the attack of 11th September 2001. We will talk how the government decides its own people and look for a pretext to continue a war. We will also explain what was the liar, what did he do, when did it happen, why did he do it, and two questions at the end. How did it all end? Is there a sure of end for this historical lie?
The authors of the lie were the most important people of the United States government, mainly George Bush, were a series of four suicide bombings committed that day in the United States by 19 members of the Al Qaeda jihadist network by hijacking commercial aircraft to be hit against various targets, causing the death of the 3,016 people, including the 19 terrorists, and 24 disappeared, and leaving another 6,000 injured, as well as the destruction in New York of the entire complex of the World Trade Center buildings, including the Twin Towers, and serious damage to Pentagon building, headquarters of the Department of Defense of the United States. Unit in the states of Virginia, an episode that would precede the war in Afghanistan and the adoption by the U.S. government and its allies of the so-called War on Terror policy. But the government of the United States organized this attack in order to receive its own benefits. This idea arose when finding evidence that can affirm this due to the thermite found in the remains. This facilitated the complete collapse of the towers because it melted the steel and more doubts arise. Because the government a day before removed all the black walls of these buildings, there were also witnesses who heard explosions. The Twin Towers were designed to withstand the impact of an airplane, and it is clearly demonstrated that it was controlled demolition.
The attack was carried out on September 11 of 2001 and it was described as the biggest lie and swindle. The USA government blamed Osama bin Laden as the main author, but after much research, it is said that the culprit was the USA government. The goal was to cause panic in the American population and achieve the climate in the world population that would allow future invasions of the United States to the countries of the Middle East in order to control their oil. Professor David Wright, author of a work in which the official report is studied, found 115 lies, in which many blamed the government of then President Bush. Among them is the omission of the fact that President Bush and other members of his administration often referred to the attack as opportunities, and the omission of the notes from the Donald Rumsfeld talks that show that he was determined to use the attacks as a pretext to unleash a war against.
17 years have passed of one of the event's most tragic terrorists of the last century. But is everything as you paint? People still believe that yes. There are two hypotheses. According to various scientific studies, although some alternative theories propose that the secret agents of Israel or Pakistan were behind the attacks. The hypotheses that have achieved the greatest impact are usually based on of these two hypotheses. One, the United States government had prior knowledge of the attacks and deliberately did nothing to prevent them. And two, it was the United States government itself that orchestrated and perpetrated the attacks. This group of theories question the cause of the collapse of the Twin Towers, and it remains a mystery.
Now we know that the government will not always see the benefit for its people because there will always be interests beyond human life, such as a power in the economy. To prevent falling into lies, it is necessary to be well informed about the issues that happen in the world.